Got the dozer running, it's running fine, but I have leak from this shaft over here from the fuel pump. To take it out and check the timing, I have to pull the radiators out and all that. And so what I did, I just made an opening over here so I could reach to the cover over here, open it up, check the timing, and take the pump out. That was a 5-minute job. I pulled it out. I have to make this homemade press to pull it out of the gear that's inside. It wasn't bad. And this is the dimension of the press. 1 3/4 apart between the bolts. It's dismantled completely, and this is what caused the leak right here. There's a big groove inside from rust, and it's very deep. They told me at the diesel pump shop where I bought this, I'm not gonna mention their name because they wasn't very helpful. That's usually when they have something like this, they just polish it with some emery cloth and very fine sandpaper, and then they just assemble the pump, and that's how they do business. So I assume after maybe a couple of months it will start leak again. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna make my own. They don't sell these parts. I try so hard to find it. I can find it online or locally. And this pump shop won't charge about $1,500 to rebuild my pump, and he said they will replace this if needed. So I'm just gonna make my own out of this Thompson bearing rod. It's an old bearing rod. I annealed yesterday. I heated up until it's about turned red, and then I let it cool. It's checked in and ready to go. I'm gonna machine it just like this. It's been rough cut and cooled. The rod being machined, and I drill it with 1/2-inch drill bit, and I chamfer it to the same thing here, and I wait for it to cool down. And the part completed. It's done and ready to be heat treated. Got everything clean, laid out. Blow them with air. First thing I'm gonna do is press the new seal in using this bolt and washers to get it in place. This way I don't hit it with the hammer and mess it up. Okay, now I have all the parts ready to assemble. I already made the parts that were damaged and caused the leak, and I harden them and temper them. I did custom make them because this one over here, the shaft was wore out a little bit more, so I made this one tighter. There's very minimum play. It's a lot better than the old one. This is the original. They rusted inside and they leak, so I made those. I cut the hole first 0.507 thousand, and I thought I will ream it later with 9,000 reamer, but the reamer won't eat it because it's very hard, so I had to sand it all the way through, and I polish it real good. So I have two extra. I made two extra for spares, and I have the old one, which one of them actually it's still okay, even though the springs did cut a little bit over here. First I made this, but during the heat treatment process they warped a little bit, so I had good experiment with this. I learned a lot. This metal over here, after I did some trial and error on it, it's high carbon steel with some additive, and after I figure out what it is, and I contact the manufacturer, they said the best thing to do to heat treat it is to dip it in melting salt and then quench it in oil. So I got the proper oil quenchant, and I built a little pot and I dip them in, which actually this one here, and as you see it's ended up to be very good, and it meet all the specification. It matched the old one as far as length and everything, and it doesn't play once entered into the aluminum body. And I also had to fix this, which I exchanged the shaft and made the bushing a little bit bigger. That's for the accelerator. It used to wobble a lot, and I painted. And I'm ready to assemble. I'm gonna start with the oil seal. Okay, this part is clean real good. I blow it with air, and this pump is the VA4, which EP VA4 100H 1250 BR68. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply a little bit of silicone before I press the oil seal in. this came off the Bosch DGK 124 kit, seal kit. The silicone will act as a lubricant to push the seal in, and when it's dry it will add strength so it won't leak or slide out. And the way I'm planning to push this in is as follow. I will push this bolt, put washer to protect it, push bolt from the inside, a 1/2 inch bolt, and then use this washer, which is the exact size as the seal, and then I will tie it in. This way it will press straight. Line everything out. It's been pressed in all the way, and now I'm gonna remove the bolt and the new seal in. Okay, now time to assemble the pump part. This is actually what pressure the diesel into the pump. The way it should be assembled, this should go in. It has a narrow side and a thick side. The thick side should be pointed up, and when it rotates it will push the diesel. When it rotates it will push the diesel in. It should be assembled dry. There should be no oil over here or anything, so this way it will tie real good and will be no gaps, and this should fit in. It's very tight fit. Make sure it's aligned with the screws over here, the 4 screws. It is good. The only place I'm gonna put oil is on the seal. Just little bit oil on the seal and on the bushing. There's a little bushing over here. That's it. Just 30 weight engine oil. Okay, next what we're gonna do, we're gonna assemble this part, and then we're gonna put the pump upside down and fit it in. This should go in like this. Once again, it doesn't matter now, but I like to put it back the way it came out. There is a mark where it's the fins being rubbing over here, so the narrow side down, the thick part up, and we're gonna put this pin right here, this key actually right here, and then this part will go in. Make sure the key stay where it's supposed to. Like so. It's engaged. and the key in place. Now I'm gonna assemble these like I said the way they came out. This was like this, so we start from here. And actually when spin they will come out and draw the diesel from the tank to the injectors. I think I put this. Yeah. Now it's good to go. Now uh-oh. Right there, and it's in. Now we're gonna put the screws in and tie them up. I torqued the screws and it's spinning, and you could hear those fin dropping. I could hear them. I don't know if the camera pick it up, so it's free. Now it's time to assemble the cam. Alright, the pump is ready. I fixed to install the cam, which where the bearing gonna sit in these four corners. The way this came out, there's a washer that go here. I'm gonna lubricate this part real good, just a little bit of oil. This is designed to work with diesel, so we try not to put too much oil or it's gonna be hard to start the first time. And the washer goes in. Right there. And then this part goes in, just a little bit of oil. Little bit. Now there is this part over here. It should go like so. The notch over here should be on top. And it's in. Okay, we're now ready to assemble these parts, which is what advance the cam upon acceleration. And this part will go like this. It doesn't matter which way. and this part will be pointing up where the locking ring is. It's going to be this way. The locking ring will be pointed up, and this with the pin straight like this is going to be pointing down. So we put this first with the locking ring over here, and then we fit this. The seat for the spring should be pointing to the same direction as this over here, which is to the outside, away from the engine. Just like that. Now, the pins, they should go as follow. The one with no holes, there is two same size, one with a hole, one with no hole. The one with the hole is going to be locked with this one here. It's going to go like this, and this one will be wedged underneath it like this. So the one with no hole go in first, and then we're gonna try to line it up. Okay, finally the pin in. It's right here, dropped. And next, we're gonna insert this pin over here from this hole. And it's gonna keep the other pin from falling. And that's what's gonna engage the two parts together. Okay. Once again, the spring will point outside to this side. We'll go in until it's about center. And then we're gonna try to push this pin in with the hole to the outside through this hole. and it's in. The pin has a hole in it. That's where this part gonna keep it in place. So this will go in like this, and it will protect everything from falling apart. Now when this move, it will advance the cam. Now we're gonna have this washer. Should go in like so. And then we'll have this lock ring. To keep it in place. All right. That's how it works. Okay. Now this part over here, there should be washer inside, and I have it in. I also put the new O-rings in. It's better to put some oil on the O-rings before we put it in. This part will go here on this side. And this part for this spring in is gonna go on this side. For the top, this should go here, and this small bolt should go here to cover this entry over here. Okay, now it's the bypass valve. Now the bypass valve, I put a new O-ring on it, and it will go this way, this part. This will go in right here, little bit oil to keep it in place. And on the other side, we're gonna have the spring go in, and then we're gonna have this part. Okay, next I'm gonna put this part. I think this is used for testing purposes. This part will go like this, and then this screw will go in and tight there. Next, we're gonna put the cam and the bearings, the 4 bearings. They have a washer, and it's kind of concave shape. It has to go in with the concave pointing up on top. And these, the way I took them out, I mark them. This is gonna be over here, this over here, this over here, just in case. I don't think it's matter, they're all same size, but once again, I like to put them the same way I took them. I'm gonna use this little plier. And the washer will be to the outside. That's how it goes. Then the cam, the way it's go in, this part is with this keyway pointing to the top. This over here will point in the same direction. And of course, this part over here go first. This will keep the bearing in place, and it will also engage both parts together. Go like this, and then this part will go like this. So when it's spin, it's come up and down, up and down, and that's what rotate the order of injection to each injector. right, I'm gonna take a break and I will carry on later.